like to thank everyone for coming out today. I know this is really depressing. I mean, we do have a coffin. But I'd just like for all of us to keep some legal perspective on this case, because in the end, we still won. The upholding of Proposition 8 is certainly disappointing for what it means in the larger context of minority rights being subject to a bare majority vote. However, this vote revolved around legal technicalities. I'll try not to bore you too much, but basically it came down to these three issues. Whether Prop 8 was an amendment, which can be passed by initiative, or a constitutional revision, which can't. Whether the right of a minority group should be decided by the voters, or the courts, or the legislature. And an additional legal issue was the fate of the 18,000 same-sex marriages that took place from mid-May 2008 through the November election. However disappointing the Prop 8 case may have been, the important precedent of marriage equality still stands. I'm not sure if you knew this, but the California State Supreme Court is actually the most cited state Supreme Court in the nation, and thus the most influential. And in this marriage case, this was the first time that sexual orientation was deemed a suspect class in history akin to race. So basically what that means, it's on the government to prove why such law is necessary to accomplish a governmental interest, aka it's not discrimination. This is in contrast to rational basis, the lowest level of judicial review in which deference is given to the government and the plaintiffs actually have to prove that it is discrimination. So their decision stating that sexual orientation is a suspect class, which makes it much harder to discriminate against us, and that it is unconstitutional to deny same-sex couples the right to marry, still stands and will be used by many other Supreme Courts for years and years to come. That precedent still stands, and we are still standing. We will not stop until we achieve full equality under the law. And now, I'd like to introduce someone that is an avid civil rights proponent. He graduated with a degree in biology from Tufts University. He worked in the public health field, and now is one of the few members of the GLBT community serving in our very own Massachusetts legislature. Let's hear it for Carl Shortino.